pero antayin natin.
This meeting is being live streamed. Okay. All right. So we are now live, President Jen. Welcome,
Hey!
Kapix Pro. It's last. How do we open this nga, President Jen, nagbakasyon lang ako ng mga 2 weeks nakalimutan na mag-open.
Oo nga, at i-mention ko rin, napaka-fresh na fresh mo, VP Car.
Oh, thank you.
Diba
Thank you
talaga?
very much. Yes.
Nakakahiya naman na lumilinya kami sa yung hagard na hagard.
Hindi naman. You're still fresh, President Jen. So
Ayun.
anyways, bago tayo mag-bulahan, welcome muna natin ang mga ka-Pix Pro natin, yung mga nasa live ngayon. Welcome, si AVP Wana, mga pa-shoutout natin, no?
Yes, VP Carms, wala pa pong mga nag-join. So let's just wait po muna to viewers natin.
Okay, all right. So we have a full attendance from our technology partner Trends.
By the way, pag paumanin niyo po, online community dahil ang kami pala ng background ko. Sorry, dahil nakikigamit lang ako ng internet. Nasa client meeting po ako. Ayan, si Sir Apple. Drive safely, Sir Apple. Nagda-drive pala siya,
Thank you. Good afternoon, mga ka-Pix Pro and to our tech partners. Marami na ba naka-join in?
Wala pa po masyado, pero yan. Ayan, joining na sila. Antayin na lang natin muna. Medyo ko lang. I-mute ko lang pala yung isa ko. I-share ko na muna po, aming mga groups, ang link. Link. Ayan. Wait lamang po, i-share ko lang po sa mga groups ang link.
Yan, dumadami na viewers natin.
Okay, ayan, join na raw sila. Mga naipit din po sa meetings. Pero ayan, joining na raw po.
Parang lahat ng tao busy na ngayon, kasi malapit na mag-Christmas, so marami ng mga last minute na mga shopping.
Correct. Nakapag-shopping ka na ba, VP Carms? Bakit tama niyo pa
Siyempre, meron ka nang gift sa akin, President Jen.
Ay, hala naman. Thank you naman, VP Carms.
Meron tayo ka proactive.
Yan, may mga viewers na tayong nag-greet sa live, VP Carm and President. Good afternoon po, Sir Randall and Tebon. So our usual viewers is coming up na po. Magandang hapon po, mga ka-Pix Pro.
Ayan. So, habang inaantay po namin yung mga viewers pa natin, maikwento ko lamang po. Dahil magkakasama kami last time, nung Wednesday po yun, kasama ko si VP Apple, si President, Pres John Arceo, VP Marlon, VP Reese, at saka si Chairman Angel sa 𝐒𝐴𝐳 Women's Security Alliance. Syempre po sinusuportahan natin yan. Sabi nga nila, bad guys band together, so why can't we as good men? So sinusuportahan din po natin yan. At congratulations 𝐒𝐴𝐳 sa isang napakagandang event po na dinaluhan ng andun pong Undersecretary ng DICT at dinaluhan po ng mga CISOs from across enterprise. So congratulations, Lisa.
And congratulations, WISAP. That's the second, I think, right, cyber conference of WISAP, no?
Is CWC, Cyber Watch Conference.
Oh, Cyber Watch Conference. Yeah.
Yes, and
Congratulations.
it might be very early to announce, pero syempre, tayo po ay magkakaroon din po ng summit at pinagpaplanuhan po yan. Next year po tayo, ang PixPro 2023. Of course, makaka-join din po natin yan ang mga tech partners from our national and also the tech partners of NCR. So, syempre po i-announce namin yan. At meron din naman tayo, magkakaroon din tayo ng outreach program on December 9 sa DSWD Sanctuary Center. Kung sino po ang gustong mag-join, ay welcome po tayo na mag-join. Mas marami, mas marami.
So we're encouraging our technology partners to join us. This is for a good cause before Christmas.
Yes.
Yes, it's time to share our blessings.
Correct.
Belated happy birthday pala, VP Apple.
Ay,
Happy
thank you
birthday.
very much.
Belated happy
Thank you.
birthday.
Thank you.
Parang hindi ka naman nadagdagan ng tao.
Ayun na.
Mas bumata si VP
ano?
Apple, no?
Hindi nadadagdagan ng taon pero yung buhok nababawasan.
Online community, join lang po kayo at kami po ay nagchichikahan muna po. Antayin po natin na dumami pa at nang masilayan po natin na marami tayong makasilay sa kagwapuhan ni VP Apple. Good afternoon, Sir Tebo. Good afternoon din, Vic Acevedo of Westcon. Ayan, VP Wana, patulong po ako. May mga bumabati po from
Yes
online.
po. So, si Sir Ashley is also here. Nasa live po siya. Hi, sir. Good afternoon. Sir Ashley Asidilo. And also, Sir John Ray Faustino. Good afternoon po. Good afternoon, Chris. And good afternoon, Shane. Ayan, dumadami na po yung mga live audience natin. So,
May mention ko na rin, nandito ang love na love ko, Mami by Heart. Ay, Mami Marisa Romano. Pakishare naman po sa Barangay SSS. Hello, Ma'am Marisa. Miss na miss kita. Ayan, Press John Arceo, nag-join po siya. Hello, gorgeous ladies of PixPro, sabi niya.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Ayun, so kasama ko rin si Press John doon sa WISAP event on Wednesday po.
Wow.
Nakapag-shopping ka na ba, AVP Wana?
Hindi pa nga eh. Window shopping lang.
Oo, dyan natin inuubos ang oras din natin minsan eh.
Kaya nga eh. Kasi yung mga meetings ko sa mall. So, window shopping lang muna.
Nandito rin si AVP Francie. Hi, AVP Francie.
Ayan, yes.
Hello.
Kakajoin lang ni AVP.
And si
Hi, President and VP Carbs. Teka,
Yeah.
hinahanap ko yung background. Hindi ako makapag-open ka. Nasa Grab ako ngayon. Na-cancel ang last meeting ko. Pauwi na tayo at naipit sa traffic.
Okay, yeah.
Ate Elite, 7 Hosting PH, Sha Torres, Darwin Tejerero, magandang hapon po.
Yes.
Ayan yung mga natin, usual viewers, mga avid
Yes, VP
viewers.
Carbs. Sila din.
PixPro, Kwentuhang Cybersecurity.
Ayan. So, anyway, alam niyo po ba na ang topic natin today ay napaka-interesting. Again, kasi, well, mamaya, i-discuss ni VP Carms what is it all about. And also, our generous sponsor for today is Transit Technologies. Hindi natin makakalimutan, wala nang pandemic pero tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang paayuda dito sa PixPro. So meron po sila mamaya, Gcash, so please stay tuned. But of course, what is important today is not just about what we gain, ang reward. Important is that the learnings that we can get from today's session. And I think without further ado, siguro, bigyan muna natin ng glimpse. Teka, hold on po. Ayan, mayroong mga nag-join pa pala. With me, by the way, no, introduce ko na lang muna ulit. Nandito sa Kwentuhang Cybersecurity. Hosting with me is VP Carms.
Hello. Good afternoon, mga ka-Pix Pro.
Yes po. VP Apple, VP, wala pa si VP Rack, no? Si AVP Wana and AVP Frenzy.
Hapon po mga ka-Pix Pro. Ayan, so dumadami na yung audience natin, press. Magandang hapon po sa mga bagong nagjo-join and sa mga usual viewers. I'm press, sabi ni 7 Hosting PH, ang gaganda naman nila. Hehe, magandang hapon ka-Pix Pro.
Salamat po. I-mention din naman po natin ang napakagwapo naming VP Apple.
Alright.
Nag-iisang tinik sa mga rosas.
Pero totoo yan. Okay. So siguro yan, the topic muna siguro, VP Carms. And probably nakita ko nag-join na si ating speaker. At also, we're so privileged that we're here joined today by the ladies also of Trends and Technologies. So please, do the honors po to read the
Yes,
topic.
okay. So actually, we want to introduce first our technology partner, Trends, right? So we are fortunate to have the executives from Trends, okay? So headed by Mr. Roger Sondi. Okay, so Mr. Roger Sondi, hello po. We also have Cams David here. We also have our sister Angel Yamsuan, hello. And then we also have Kim Pakson, also from Trends, and Rosnell, all right. And of course, our speaker for today is Dennis Paul Sanchez. He is the CISO of Trends. So I think Dennis just joined Trends, right, Dennis? So maybe you can introduce yourself as well. But in terms of his topic for today, it is very timely, and also it's very relevant, no? Because the topic for today is how to strengthen the front line, right? So what Dennis will be discussing this afternoon is how to counter phishing and how to do social engineering, okay? How to counter phishing and social engineering attacks of the present times, okay? So that's the topic of Dennis. So Dennis, I think masyado na excited yung mga audience natin ngayon sa Kwentuhang Cybersecurity. So probably before you do your presentation, you can introduce yourself first. And I think may mga katrabaho ka dyan for sure, no, before na nanonood sa atin. So for those na hindi pa nakakakilala sa'yo, introduce yourself first. Okay, Dennis.
Go ahead, sir.
You're on mute.
Hello and good afternoon. So I'm trying to change my background. It doesn't appear to work, pero sige. I hope you guys can see me.
Sige lang po, okay lang, Sir Dennis. Pero siguro palakasan na lang, sir, yung audio mo po.
Alright, yan. Lakas ako na yung boses ko, yan. Narinig niyo ba ako?
Ito yung voice ko din pa na bahagya, ano. Thank you.
Ayan, okay. So I hope you can hear me clearly right now. And thank you very much for inviting me and giving me this chance to share lalo na sa mga ka-cyber natin all over the country. All right, so let me, can I share my slides now? Okay lang ba? Yeah,
Para
give me a
pa
second.
may mga bumabati dito sa'yo. Next naman, si Dens parang hindi tumatanda. Grabe naman po ang comment na yan from Patrick Sulit.
Yes.
Pampagana yan, Sir Den.
Pero very interesting yung bio mo, Sir Dennis, ano, before you go to your presentation. Very interesting yung bio mo. You are a graduate of military science. ano
Wow.
yung, it
Ano,
says
actually,
bio niya.
no, I was formerly a Philippine Military Academy cadet.
Oh, I
So
see.
yeah, well, unfortunately, I'm no longer with the military or did not really get into that profession. Pero I am now currently one of their consultants. So,
Wow.
but yeah, that was the course that we were taking, and among other courses such as national security and whatever branch of service you want to join. Yan yung mga kaya we went through that learnings while I was there.
Very interesting, President Jen. Just imagine, no? So these are like yung mga, ano mo yun, yung mga different, different walks, yung mga different profession ng mga
Yes.
kapro natin, ano? So just imagine, dati siyang military, cadet, no? And then now into cybersecurity, and now the CISO of trends, right? So sa mga ka-PICS Pro natin, this is very encouraging as well. Okay?
Yes.
Mr. Dennis?
Okay. Yeah, I think you mentioned si Sir Cedillo, former Congressman Cedillo. He's the brother of my classmate sa PMA.
All right. So shout out dyan sa Sir President Ace.
Yeah,
Sa
he's
brother.
watching us also.
Sa brother.
Okay. So you may now start sharing your
Okay.
slides po
Okay, let me try,
from you.
Sige, wait. Let me share again this screen. Yeah. Windows. Share screen.
Sige po.
Teka lang, wait let me try that again. Share screen. Okay, here we go. Yeah, can you guys see this?
Yan na po. Okay. Sige, sir.
All right. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, so my topic for today is called Strengthening the Front Line, which is revolving around how we can counter phishing and the social engineering attacks of today. Right, so we know that this is not something new when we talk about phishing and social engineering, but it's still something that is very relevant. And throughout the years, we've heard of cybersecurity and, of course, the attacks and the threats. They have matured, or they have also evolved along with the tools and techniques for this. But there's still a few things that remain the same, and that is usually the vulnerabilities that hackers or these social engineers would take advantage of. Okay, so let me move forward with the slide. So again, maybe just to give more time, for those who want to know more about me, I am the Chief Information Security Officer of Trends. Actually, I've been here for more than a year now, and I guess not a lot of people know that, and they still refer to me as somebody from my previous company. But yeah, I've been doing security for almost 20 years now. I've also authored a few books and have a couple of certifications. So if you want to learn more about that, go ahead and contact me. Okay, so before we start with all of the technical stuff, let's take a look at what's happened in the landscape of cybersecurity in the past few years. So we see here cyber espionage groups on the rise. So just a few very prominent attacks that happened in the past, which actually revolved around spear phishing, or social engineering, like the company Saudi Aramco, US-based company in the Middle East. So started with an attack, a phishing attack targeting the attendees of a certain event or convention. So when the people received the email, they clicked the link, and then all hell broke loose. So Ubiquity Networks, another US company, it was the finance department that was attacked. So money was stolen, and again, there's a lot of damages, financial damages to the company. But very important is to understand that it started with employee impersonation. and then the company target. So many of you probably heard of this or know about this, that one of the executives had to resign because of what took place. It ended up with a malware or a Trojan called the Citadel Trojan. And again, the reason why it got into their network is because of the phishing and the social engineering attacks. Okay, so what's going on with today is still pretty much the same. There are evolved, like I said earlier, the attacks have evolved, the techniques to gain more information or take advantage of network and computer vulnerabilities are different, but there's still one weak link in the security chain, or we would say the vulnerability that has not really improved throughout the years, and that would be people. So I'm actually showing a screenshot of a threat intelligence data that I captured just a few days ago regarding this cyber espionage group called 𝐿PRITA. So if you can look at that, this screenshot right here, you'll see that there are different ways on how they develop their resource. And if you look at the last part, you will find how the malware can execute, stay persistent, evade the defense, and even launch other commands through a command and control system. But if you look at the initial access, that's what we want to highlight here on the second column, is that it's through a phishing and spear phishing link. So what I'm trying to say is that attacks have become more sophisticated, completely evolved into almost a different thing. But the weapon of choice of hackers, in order for them to really be able to get in or launch their attack, is that there should be a vulnerability that they should take advantage of. And when we say exploiting something, that means you go through that vulnerability, and it's always the people who is the most vulnerable part of our network. Okay, so to deeply dive into social engineering, again, we want to look at the basic items that is part of this lesson. No? So we want to go back to the terminologies. So very quickly, let's just take a look at this one, saying that social engineering is the art of convincing people to reveal confidential information. Common targets of social engineering could include your help desk personnel, technical support executives, system administrators, blah, blah, blah. And then they will always depend on the fact that people are unaware of their valuable information and are careless about protecting it. So it's either they don't know that they need to take care of certain information, that it has to be kept confidential, or they know but they're not doing it, or they don't know how to protect it. So the impact of an attack can be different things. It could lead to economic, financial losses. It could be loss of privacy, and maybe even lawsuits or other legal repercussions if, let's say, somebody fails to adhere to the DPA or the Data Privacy Act. So different countries will have different privacy laws that they need to adhere to, but still, as much as they want to follow, there are news of breaches happening, and it really gets the best of us. So nobody's really 100% secure. And again, because there will always be a necessary part of our network, which is the people, and it's our human behavior that makes us vulnerable. We tend to trust others, and some of them pretty much, is either ignorant or they're just careless about protecting their important or critical information. So hackers know that each individual will have their own weakness. It could be somebody's very greedy, somebody's infatuated with something, or maybe this person is in need of something. Maybe also another person could be easily scared, but they will try to frighten you to do something in order to follow whatever they want you. Like, for example, they pretend that your account has been hacked, send you an email that your account has been hacked, and in order for you to make yours or to resecure, or if there's such a word, to secure your account again, is to follow the link, click the link, and follow the instructions. So it could be different reasons, and still, I don't know why, but people have not learned, or as there are more and more users of the technology, of the internet, and everything that comes with it, what could happen is that there are more people who are misinformed. Okay, so these are some of the factors that again make the companies vulnerable to attacks. We know that even though you have created policies, it's not always the reason that we don't have policies, but the policies are not really enforced, or if they are enforced, still people fail to follow. It's maybe, we humans can be forgetful. Sometimes we can be lazy, and the organization could be very big that you don't really know each item in the policy. You don't even know who other people are in your department. So there could be different ways that a person can be tricked. So again, social engineering is very effective. You will probably see that the most number of attacks that are happening today is still phishing attacks, and there's really no way to detect social engineering attempts completely. I mean, we could get alerted. Somebody could alert us or report it. But if we're going to talk about technology to instantly and confirm or detect an attack, it's going to be a mix of different things. So there's really no complete method. Okay, so going back again to the technicalities of social engineering, we want to look at what they are today. Back in the day, we could easily spot. I mean, if we had the attacks of or we had the attacks of previous years given to us today, it will be easy to spot because you will spot those misspellings. You will probably spot those grammatical errors, or the way it's crafted is not very special that that you need to be very gullible to be able to be tricked by this type of attack. But now, most especially when we say spear phishing, they're well researched and they're well crafted. That means they want to first know, or they do some recon activity on their victim, so they know that they can capture his attention. So let's say you're a user of social media like Facebook, then they will send you an email coming from Facebook. But if you don't use Facebook, why would you click on the link, right? Let's say they want to pretend that you need help from your bank, or they want to provide assistance from the bank, but they need to know first what bank you're using, and they need to copy exactly the logo, the colors, the themes. It has to look like it really came from the bank, so it has to look really legit. And they even hire people to make sure that the message or the email is crafted properly, so you can't spot it easily if it's an attack. Okay, so one thing that we want to always remember, that if it starts requesting for sensitive information or critical information, or information that should be kept confidential, like your PII, the personally identifiable information, that means your contact information, maybe your name, your date of birth, and so on. Okay, so if it starts asking for that, maybe even asking for passwords, or your mother's maiden name, stuff like that, then you have to be very alert. You need to be, you need to already start becoming paranoid that why is this guy asking me? And it's okay to do that, to be especially alert when somebody asks for your sensitive info. They sometimes also use time pressure, like act now. If you don't act now, you will lose this chance. Or if you don't follow the instructions in a couple of minutes, your data might be lost, or maybe your money will all be lost in your bank, something like that. Okay, and they would even use real identities and maybe make use of real issues. Like for example, when the first time the pandemic broke out, right? They would send email regarding how to get the vaccine. They will send text messages regarding how to get to your nearest clinic to get diagnosed, stuff like that. But then they will lead you to a link where you can download the form, maybe sign up for whatever free stuff. So they know what's going on, and that's where our attention is right now. So we'll quickly be, or we will easily be gullible. Okay, so yeah, and then they will also use jargons and technical terminologies. Then why would they do this? Because sometimes if most people who actually try to use the internet or the technology right now, they're not really that well versed. And if they see something that looks very sophisticated, then it must be legit. You know, I'm not very good in IT. I see that they're using IT words that I cannot understand, then therefore it must be real, something like that. Okay, so again, these are the things that we want to look what's going on today. That's not there when it all started, and phishing has always been, or social engineering has been there for quite some time, but it has also evolved. Okay, so we know that it's always been education. Going back now, so it's always been education that will be our best weapon. You know, I would always say training, education, and awareness, you know, will be the one that we should focus on to thwart these types of attacks. Because the nature of the attack is non-technical, our response should be not technical as well. But today, with the evolution of technology, of course, there's going to be more things we can do. We can't just rely on our people to really be the only protection against this type of attacks. Okay, so you see here, email security. This has been here for years, but still a lot of people neglect to implement this. Like, for example, protecting your users from certain content or from certain accounts from being accessed. Like protection against attachments that might contain malicious executables. So these are things that you want to make sure that it's implemented properly. So filters, technical filters, we want to do that. Now we have the DKIM and the SPF, email spoofing prevention. This is one of the ways that we can see if an email address is being spoofed. Okay, and also coming up with a list of known malicious sources. Could be an IP address, could be an email address, could be a certain topic or subject, and many different things. So we want to even harness machine learning or artificial intelligence to gather all these known sources of attacks, or at least trigger an alert if there's a similarity to the communication that we're receiving, to a similarity to the previous attack that happened before. Okay. Of course, multi-factor authentication. The problem with this thing that some people fail to realize the importance and would not like to invest. Okay, but there are many solutions out there that you can integrate this type of solution. So when we say IAM, Identity and Access Management, it has to have this multi-factor authentication, or MFA. Like, you can use OTPs, biometrics, and it doesn't really have to be very expensive. You can use a hardware that's already existing, like maybe another email address or your mobile phone, and so on. Okay, and then harness threat intelligence. Now, this is something that would be very important, and still, again, another thing that most companies fail to realize the importance of doing this is that there's already a lot of knowledge that the community is willing to share. What we really just need to do is be ready to receive all those feeds, be ready to consume the information that is being shared out. But of course, with the task of making sure you know what are the right sources, such as, you know, there's a lot of fake news out there as well. So what I'm saying is that there are still some data that you might accidentally collect, but it's not really accurate. Okay, so there's two items here that we want to extend threat intelligence to, and the capability of brand protection. So many services provide this, including trends, that what you want to do is you want to monitor all the possible channels or platforms that can detect brand abuse. So remember, when a phishing email is being sent, they usually have a landing page, and the landing page is possibly a fake website. So you want people to be reporting these fake websites, and then you gather all this information to use that as a way to filter all the other emails or all other communication that it won't lead to that. Okay. And then, of course, you can only protect those people who are possibly within your network or you have a technical control over their system. So what you really want to do is take down, or that what we say, your take down services. If there are known websites, if there are known email addresses that impersonate, or do what we call spoofing of a valid email, then we want to communicate with the ISPs. We want to communicate with whoever service provider out there that gives or allows the website to continue. Okay, so we can talk to uh, legal and law enforcement about it as well. The process is actually not gonna be that easy, to be honest, but what you want to do is harness all those capabilities and resources to be able to bring that service down right away. Just like if you have a fake, if your company, somebody's trying to copy your company using your same logo, using the same wordings as your website, then you can easily fool, or your people can easily be fooled. So what you really want to do is prevent them from visiting that site if you take it down by the root. Okay, and it's quite a tedious effort, but it's there. It's possible. So you want to block any attack infrastructure that can essentially limit the harm that these attacks can cause. Okay, and then if you can implement the zero trust framework. So the idea of the zero trust framework is that there's like an assumed breach. If somebody comes in, we don't trust that person. If somebody logs in, we don't trust that person. So we need to verify or validate that he really is who he says he is. Okay, so and again, that's where multi-factor authentication comes in, and many other technologies. So these are just a few of those things that we want to make sure we implement. These are best practices type of technologies and processes, but it's not going to be limited to this. There's more to this, and I didn't even mention artificial intelligence and machine learning, but there's more ways that alerts can be triggered by certain activity, which is usually the information or the knowledge is brought about by threat hunting. Okay, so yeah, still it's your people that needs to be strengthened. Like what I used to call in my previous trainings, I would always say that they are the first line of defense. And now in this seminar, I'm saying, or I'm calling them as your front line, because if you have vigilant people, if you have people who are always alert or on their toes, then they will be the first ones to detect that there's possibly a malicious event happening. So we want to extend that further by making sure that training is really effective. So go in depth in your awareness training, like making use of real world examples. I'll show you a couple of examples later where you use what really happened, and even possible if there's a previous attack that took place in your organization, use that as an example. Demonstrate the hacking tools that hackers use for hacking so that they can really understand that it's really possible. Maybe if they get scared about it and then they become paranoid, better for us. Okay, but to the point that they still have they can still trust the security implemented by the technology. But also we want to quiz them, we want to give them questionnaires. If you go through a training with students or participants, there's no assurance that they really understood what you told them unless you really check. So use quizzes, questionnaires, and of course, if they understand, you can notice that they will report if ever they will find it. They will find an attack taking place. So make sure you also share to them how they can report. Give them a hotline, an email address, maybe who to go to first. Let's say go to your supervisor, stuff like that, to make sure that they will report and they won't be lost. Maybe they detect that there's a phishing attempt happening, but then what to do next, right? So that's what you want to do there. Now, one of the best way to really test your people is a phishing campaign simulation. So one of the things that we would do in our companies, really show them or give them an example, but we don't tell them that we're trying to trick them. So we actually launch a secret social engineering campaign just to see how they respond. Okay, so it's very important that that you test them with real life scenario. Okay, so what else? Yeah, so make sure to also test them about their policy and procedures. They must know data privacy, they must know data application, and all those policies. Okay. So here's some examples. You notice that this one there's a QR code, right? So it looks like it's real because it's using the technology. Here's one pretending to be coming from American Express. You see that there's a link there. It just says here, but it doesn't really tell you where it's gonna go. So you click the link, you believe the email, you go to the fake website. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it for my a topic for today. But I hope you learned something.
Ayun, saktong-sakto.
Yeah,
Dahil saktong magtatanong talaga ako.
oh,
But for that,
okay.
share na muna po. Sir Den, ayan, thank you so much. Saktong-sakto ang pag-flash mo niyan. Kanina pa ako gustong magtanong. Actually, Sir Dennis, kanina pinakita mo yung best practices in Trends and Technologies. Actually, parang segue to sa CISO series na sa susunod na linggo, no? As a CISO of Trends and Technologies, are you following any framework because you are securing the of course, the security posture of the company? Is there a framework that a person like Mr. Dennis is using as a CISO of Trends? Ay, naputol yata si Sir Dennis. Biglang nawala si Sir Dennis. Anyway, sige, babalikan natin si Sir Dennis. Bigla ko lang nakita na nawala po siya sa Zoom call. But then again, siguro na po kung ready po si Miss Cams. Miss Cams of Trends.
Hello.
Miss Cams, mukhang kailangan po muna yung games. Medyo pa-excited natin ang ating online community dahil napalag out si Dennis.
Nakat.
Yatang good news sa amin, Miss Cams.
Yes, so I think nag-prepare yung trends team ng questions. So I think madali lang naman to. And of course, whoever will be able to answer will provide a gift of 500 pesos in GCash value. So,
Wow.
send na lang po ng GCash ng mga magpa-participate and winners nung aming short icebreaker. So, maybe I'll turn it over to Kim.
Si Miss pala. So, in fact, Miss Cams, ay ready na po ang ating keyboard warriors. Isa na dyan, si 7 Hosting PH. Sana daw ay yes or no lang ang sagot. Ay,
Naku,
po.
Kim, sana.
Sige po. So, Miss Kim, so we have, tama po ba? No? We have 5 winners and we'll be giving away GCash, 500 pesos each. Oh,
Yes.
tama po ba yan, GCash? And then, meron po bang pattern sa pagsagot? So, siguro, #PixPro, space, and then letter lang po ba? Multiple choice lang po ba ito? Tama po ba? Multiple choice? Nakamute ka po yata, Miss Cams?
Kim? Sorry.
Complete the sentence daw.
Hindi naman siguro.
Okay, fill in the blanks ganon. Okay. Let's go. Let's do it. Online
Ayan,
community.
Sir Dennis.
So, ang ating pong keyword, tama ba, VP Carms? That's #PixPro, space, and then the letter or the word, kung fill in the blanks.
Yeah. Okay. So who's gonna monitor that? AVP Wana and AVP Friends, no?
Yes
Opo.
po, VP Carms, we're ready.
Okay, all right, let's go. Sir Dennis is here so that, Sir Dennis, Q&A, nag-icebreaker muna tayo before the Q&A, all right? So let's do this, Cams. Sorry, it's Kim.
Go ahead, Miss
Hello.
Kim.
Kim?
Mic test. Ayan, mic test. Ayun.
Ayan. Wait lang. Sige, ako na muna habang wala si Kim.
Ikaw na magbigay ng question na President Jen para doon sa first natin, giveaway.
Naku, pag ako ang magbibigay po nito, ay talagang papamigay ko na gano'n naman tayo, lalo na December ngayon, season of giving. O, ibibigay ko ito pre. Pero sige, ako pong magtatanong.
Ikaw na, Miss Jen.
Okay po. Alright. Para po sa ating first question, madali lamang. ABC, multiple choice, hashtag PixPro, space, and then the letter of the answer. Nabanggit ito kanina ni Sir Dennis. What was the first, when was the first fishing? Kailan daw po? Hindi po pangingisda ha. Fishing. When was the first fishing? Letter A, is it January 2, 1996? 1996. B, is it December 4, 1886? Or letter C, November 5, 1995? A, B, or C? Clue po, hindi po ito birthday ni Sir Apple. So medyo ito, mga 90s, ganon. Mga 90s.
Press Jem, may mga sumasagot na po. Ayan.
I think
7
we got
hosting
the answer
PH.
na. We got the correct answer na, Press Jen.
Ay, wow!
Yes.
Actually, the correct answer is, wait lang. Tama ba? Tama, may, ang tamang sagot po ay letter A.
Yeah.
Ah, letter A po ang tamang sagot. May explanation pa yata dito. The first time someone used the term fishing can be traced back to January 2nd, 1996. Congratulations! Sino pong ating winner, AVP Wana?
Si Sir 7 hosting PH. So siya po ang nauna. Sabi niya, hashtag PixPro letter A. Congratulations!
Congratulations! Now, on to the second. You are 500 pesos reacher po.
Kaso press, dalawa yung sagot niya. Pero letter A naman yung nauna.
Bora lang.
Hard.
Okay. And then, Ms. Cams, would you like to read the second question?
Opo, eto na. Sorry. Ayan. Second question. An email from your boss asks for the name, addresses, and credit card information of the company's top clients. The email says it's urgent and to please reply right away. You should reply right away, true or false.
Madali lang pala. True or false lang pala eh. Oh. So ano daw po ang gagawin nyo? Should you email right away
Yes.
or false? If given that your boss is asking for your credit and credit card information, let's see kung nakikinig po ang ating online community. May mga nagsumasagot na ba, AVP Wana?
May sumagot na po.
Yes po, press. Meron na po. Actually, merong sumagot ng letter and may sumagot ng false. So, si Sir RB and Paul Vasquez, ang sabi niya, hashtag PixPro letter B. And then, si Miss Charmaine naman, sabi niya, hashtag PixPro false. So, ano po ba ang i-honor natin?
Sige po, i-honor na lang natin pareho.
Wow! Talagang Paskong Pasko na. Merry Christmas to you all.
Merry Christmas!
Thank you, Miss Cams. So we have two winners.
Yes, si Sir RB and Paul Vasquez and si Miss Charmaine M. Torres.
False.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas po. Ayan.
Okay, to our third question, and then we'll do the Q&A.
Congratulations.
Okay. So, third question pa po.
Yes po,
May
Ms.
third
Cam.
na ba or we're good na? We'll do na Q&A, no?
Siguro for another one, Ms. Cams.
Okay, sige po. Third question. Email authentication can help protect against phishing attacks. True or false? So, sagot po ulit tayo. True or false?
Ang dali niyan. Ang sagot, is it true or false? Yan ang tanong ni Ms. Cams. Type na po ang sagot.
Trolls daw, trolls.
Sigurista.
Oh, okay. May sumagot na po ba, AVP Juana?
Meron na, Press Jen. I think we got correct answer na.
Yes, the correct answer is true.
Yes po.
Alright, congratulations mga
Yay!
ka-Pics Pro. Okay.
Congratulations. So, winners po natin, ano? Trends team will coordinate with you.
Yes.
Via
Ako, Press Jen, nawawala na yung signal mo.
FB
President, robot ka
Reach
na.
out.
Robot.
Helping sila to how you can claim your prize. But now, we have 9 minutes remaining of our time. Of course, we want to hear from Sir Dennis now that he's back. By the way, thank you, Ms. Cams, ha? Oh, nawawalang sa ganyang haang. Naririnig na po ba ako? Sorry po.
Nag-break ka, President Jen. Nag-break si President Jen. So, since medyo mahina yung signal ng president namin, okay, so maybe VP Apple, CISO to CISO, ang question kanina is that ano daw ba yung framework na ginagamit ni Sir Dennis, or ano daw yung pinapractice mo na framework or ina-adopt na framework, no?
Sorry.
Yeah, well, one of the frameworks we follow is NIST, no? So it's actually, when we talk about National Institute, di ba, ng Standards and Technology, they're referring to the US. But the standards itself goes all the way from not just securing your network, but also towards incident response, forensics, and so on. So although against the US who actually initially started this, it's being embraced and somehow becomes a de facto standard for many organizations. Yeah.
Thank you for asking that question, VP Carms. And I heard it's NIST for Zero Trust Approach. Ano? And may question po kaya si VP Apple? VP Apple, do you have any question to Sir Dennis po?
Yes, may question siguro ako kay Dennis. Dennis,
Sure.
nabanggit mo kanina at least yung mga very basics minsan, for example, yung tungkol sa email security, yung yung DKIM, di ba? How do you, siguro may mga customers na kayong na-encounter before na paano nyo nire-resolve na nagrereklamo yung mga end users nung kunwari, most of your customers are CISOs din or IT organizations. Yung end users nila na biglang nung maghigpit ng mga ganitong best practices, may it be email security, biglang magrereklamo ngayon yung mga users, ay hindi na ako nakaka-receive ng legit o nagfo-false positive. Ano yung mabibigay mong tips sa mga ka-Pics Pro natin diyan na nakakadanas ng mga false positive and how to address it do sa mga end users din nila?
Well, sa amin kasi we have this group called the Information Security Engineering that they really just focus on fine-tuning the triggers, the alerts coming from the data sources. Usually, bakit nabablock yung mga email or worst case na na-block but yung mag-trigger siya ng mga alert showing false positive. That means the data collection capability may be correct, but the correlation rule may be needs tweaking. So you will need to simulate more attacks to define more specific items that can really validate that it's a real attack. So, well, the honest truth is there's going to be a lot of things that we haven't seen before. So you need to really go through and you need to ride on your company's maturity. But that's what I was telling you earlier about threat intelligence. There's a community that can help you with different rules. All you really need to do is harness and reach out to them. And later on, if you mature, you'll be the ones giving out these ways to properly validate whatever information you get. So again, hindi siya madali, pero in due time, you will get it. And if you can harness the community threat intelligence, definitely you will do it much faster.
Thank you very much, Dennis.
Okay, sir.
And I think, I think we only have like 4 minutes, pero gusto ko sanang marinig din, probably there might be key takeaways or any message to our audience from the team of Trends and Technologies, since we're joined today by Angel and Cams. Hinahanap po si Sir Roger. I think Sir Roger left na. But Angel and Cams, anything you want to say to our audience today?
Yes, Miss Jen and everyone. So thank you very much to PixPro for this platform and for inviting Trends to speak and share our knowledge in terms of the security care of our CISO, Sir Dennis. So maybe the key takeaway that personally I have on this session is that of course the technology should go hand in hand with the right tools and of course the right knowledge and kumbaga evangelization of the people who will be using it, because without educating them, the tools will be just useless as well. So for me, that is the main key takeaway that I have for the session of Sir Dennis. So again, on my end and on behalf of Trends, we really thank you for this platform, this session, and this opportunity to talk about some of our knowledge in terms of cybersecurity.
All right, thank you, Cam. So, Angel, you have
Yeah.
any key takeaways that you can share to our 𝐒𝐫𝐸X Pro?
Okay, thank you, Carm. So I think on my end, it's very timely that Sir Dennis has shared various information regarding phishing. Kasi I feel like it's this concern is very prevalent at this time. Kasi dati parang normally sa mga emails tayo nakaka-receive ng phishing attacks, pero actually ngayon, even on our mobile, mga SMS, so we also receive phishing attacks through that platform. So I feel like, it's very important that we are aware regarding this concern. And ayun, I think it's important that we build very established platforms that can counter phishing, because iba-ibang ages yung tina-target nito. So it's important that we have a stronger awareness program and campaign.
Very well said, Angel. And tama naman, no? So I think us as advocates of cybersecurity, right? So it is a continuous, evangelization to all our 𝐒𝐵ICS Pro, and at the same time, us, practicing what we preach, right? So I think that is also very important. And as to the point of Sir Dennis, right? So in Trends, they enforce all of this, so that when they go out to their customers as well, right? The customers will feel the confidence and trust to the partners, technology partners like Trends, right? Okay, President Jen, are you back?
Yes po, I'm back. Ayun, ako naman po, gagamitin ko po yung linya na ginamit po ni Chairman Angel Redoble sa Cyberwatch conference ng 𝐿SAP the other day. At lahat kami ay naantig actually dun sa message na yun. Ito ang sinabi niya, and I would like to share to everybody. Ang sabi niya, if data privacy is my faith, then cybersecurity is my religion. Right? So, napakaganda na linya. Well, it actually speaks of our, not just us protecting ourselves, but protecting the community. No? So, sabi nila, cybersecurity is no silver bullet. It's not, it is a journey rather a destination. So, yun po, at maraming salamat sa Trends and Technologies, sa mga katulad niyo po na patuloy na nagbibigay ng kaalaman sa amin, para we can have all the Filipinos cyber safe. With 601 na po, pero maraming learnings na natutunan today at maraming napasaya sa ating...
Press Gen.
Yes po?
Press Gen, siguro, para kahit mag-over lang 1 minute, may special message lang ako for our Kapix Pro, no?
Sige po.
Para do sa mga Kapix Pro natin, based on experience ng mga iba nating mga kasamahan sa industriya, at saka based na rin sa observations sa mga threat intel na nare-receive, gusto lang po nating i-share na papalapit na naman po ang Christmas season. And yun, medyo dumadami po din ang mga fraud at saka cyber attacks during this season. So dun sa mga kasamahan natin sa industriya, we will be burning the midnight oil lalo na in the coming days and weeks. So yun, ingat-ingat and let's not put our guards down. Yun lang.
Yes, lalo na ngayon na holiday season, so we all need to be vigilant. Okay, so for our so next week meron tayong Pix Pro again, Kwentuhang Cybersecurity, and then on December 9 we have iTraverse for our Kwentuhang Cybersecurity.
Okay, it's 6:02 at ang lagi po nating sinasabi tuwing Friday ng 6 p.m. Magsasabay-sabay pa ba? Try nating magsabay-sabay.
Try natin, subok lang.
Try lang. No
Okay.
harm in trying.
Okay, sabi natin kayo, Kamsa, Angela. Okay, Sir Dennis. One, sa cybersecurity, happy
lang, walang
weekend.
Hindi sabay-sabay dahil ang internet hindi maganda. Alright. Okay, bye-bye
Thank you
mga
so much,
Kapix
Ma'am.
Pro. Alright.
Safe.
Very much.
Ingat kayo.
Bye-bye.